Hi, I'm Andrew Clark, the Logistics Optimizer. I've been talking this week about real-time inventory management systems, and I want to drill down a bit into location management within the warehouse. Now, there are lots and lots and lots of warehouses that are operating well enough without location control over their inventory. Now, what people typically do is they will store products in family groups or in categories so that they can find things. But the problem with this is that over time, the amount of space that gets allocated to a category is either too much or it is insufficient. So when it's insufficient, then you get reserve inventory that gets put somewhere else. Now, somewhere else is a problem because Joe, who received it yesterday, isn't in today, and so he's not around to ask where he put it. And so what that means is that when you don't have location management, the time spent searching for products can be enormous. So instead of going straight, being directed by the system and going straight to the product and simply finding it and picking it, it might take an extra few minutes or extra few hours, or you don't find it at all because warehouses can get very big. And even if they're not very big, they can actually be so complex and have so much stuff in them that it just becomes literally impossible to find things. It's there, but no one knows where it is. And the best storemen in your warehouse, they search and they search and they search for hours. So what this means is that you take a massive productivity hit in your business if you don't have location management to track your inventory down to the detailed location level. Now, that's not easy. Lots of old systems don't have location management capability, so they can't do it at all. So you are stuck literally storing things by category or by family group. Some people resort to spreadsheets to track inventory, but of course they don't get maintained very well, and they are not they're not without their administrative overhead. Let's put it that way. So more sophisticated systems is if you've got something a bit more modern, then you might have a system that gives you one location per product. Okay, well, that's better than nothing. That is actually a huge step, and I can make a warehouse with one location and paper picking. I can make that work well enough. But it's a bit like if you had to write a letter to someone, if you had to send someone a text message, right? You would send them a text message. You wouldn't write a letter. You certainly wouldn't dictate it to a secretary who writes it down in shorthand that then issues it to the typing pool, who type it up and send it out maybe today, maybe tomorrow, and it gets there in another day or two, depending upon how good the postal service is. That is like mid-20th century kind of standards for running a business. If you've got a business now in the 21st century, what you want real-time inventory control so that all of the movements are tracked around your warehouse. So in order to do that, then you need to use what's over my shoulder there. You need to use a mobile device with a barcode scanner to track the movements in, around and out of your warehouse. Now I say in, around and out because things don't tend to go in, sit, and then never get moved again and then just picked out. Oftentimes what you need to be able to do is you need to be able to manage a pick face for a product. So you might have 10 pallets of something that is, say, a month's worth of stock, and you need to pick that, and you're picking multiple cases per day, maybe a pallet or two per week of this product. And so you set up a pick face, and you need to replenish that pick face. When the level goes down, you need to get the product out of your reserve storage and move it into the pick face. Now, how does that happen? Well, it doesn't magically happen. Someone's got to do it. And who is going to do it, and when are they going to do it, and what system is going to drive that? Well, the system may well be, I think that's getting low, I'll go and get another pallet. Well, where the hell is that pallet in the warehouse? If you've got a large warehouse, that can literally be a completely valid question. And again, we're into an hour's worth of searching. So if you have full location management and you're using a sophisticated warehouse management system that is going to give you that real-time inventory control, then you will now have a system to drive the replenishment of that pick face so that it will say, go and get that pallet from this spot over here, move it into this location and fill up. And you do that at a time to make sure that your pickers never get interrupted, because what typically happens in many warehouses is the pick face runs out, they're running a manual replenishment system, no one's dedicated to the task, and the picker has to do it. Or what often happens is they don't actually replenish it. They're in a hurry, so they go to the reserve spot, pull the pallet down, take a couple of cases off, and stick back up again. It happens. So if you have a system that actually drives the replenishment of your pick faces, and it has that real-time control over the locations and the positions of stock within your warehouse, then you don't waste time looking for stock. Now, that search for stock can literally halve your productivity. So if you have real-time location control, you can literally double your productivity, maybe even more, because you will no longer waste time searching for stock. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say for today. So I hope that was helpful, and we'll probably talk a bit more about inventory, real-time inventory control in another video. All right, thank you.